Okay, everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is what happened earlier today. We've got Apex Legends Season 2, and finally, it was like 9 minutes after 1. Uh, I was able to get it downloading and installed, and that's what you're seeing here. Nice thing is, though, when you're partway through, you can start the game and begin to play, is what you're seeing here. This video is just wanted to go over some of the things that I found, and it's been about 7 hours later, and it's editing the video and all that. So got the game started. The new title screen. The really nice thing is, at the bottom you can change your data center instead of going to the accessibility menu and then backing out and going back in until the data center will finally pop up. You have direct access to it, which is a nice improvement. So at least you don't have to go through that rigmarole anymore. And it is actually still downloading and it's still installing, but you will have to watch the trailer here once once you do start the game. And it is a cool trailer. I've muted the audio in it just because I wanted just to put my commentary to it. Not only that, there might be other things. I might be talking or something, and so that's okay. But the trailer will run. But once the trailer's over, we can get back into taking a look at what other changes have been made to the game. But I think this part's funny, where he bounces off the trampoline and Watson deflects the shuriken star, and he gets Mirage, and then she just takes him out. And don't ask me why. I thought she was Russian for whatever reason. She's French, not Russian. I don't know, but my bad. It's just what I happen to thought. So everybody gets in this big panic, and if you haven't seen this trailer already, I think it is really cool. I like how she wakes him up, brings him back to life just by electrocuting him. But there's been quite a bit of improvement in the game, and I think it's turned out very well. There's the Leviathans, or the dinosaurs, whatever you want to call them, and they're inside the map now instead of hanging around on the outside of the shoreline. So, you saw the initial screen with Watson in the top left-hand corner, and you see her little device again in the top left-hand corner. Now you're going to run into this, where it's going to say, hey, I'm still downloading the high-definition textures. Do you want to continue? And you can continue. It'll still be downloading. And then on the right, you have daily challenges and weekly challenges that you can take a look at. Things to achieve, different goals, though I don't quite know yet what you'll get by doing them. It could just be the rep, so and of course the background's different, which is nice. It doesn't have it has a new look to it, which I do like, they could have changed that at any point. And so we're going to go ahead and ready up, and this time I'm just going to tell it, yeah, I want to play. No, I didn't. Now I did. Come on, George, make up your flippin' mind. Oh, I was looking at this, wondering why I didn't have access to the Apex Legends anymore. Well, the higher tier battle, that was temporary, one time, for a time only. So I looked at that and I thought, yeah, I'll just go ahead and go back into the regular game here in a minute. after I take the kitten off my shoulder because she was digging her claws in. And yeah, just go back to regular and ready up. Come on, George, what are you doing? Oh, these are the challenges, the daily, weekly challenges. And yeah, the kitten is coming back up on my shoulder that you have access to now. And so, there's a summary of, how far along you've gotten on the daily challenges. So we're going to go ahead, hopefully this time, and ready up. Come on. We ready up. There we go. So hopefully we'll get in a match very quickly. And this is just a statistics screen under your view report, which tells you, gives you an overview of how well you're doing in the game, which is a very nice thing, because it gives you an idea, like I say, of how far along you are, what you've done and all that stuff, which is really, really neat. And that's the right underneath your name. So yeah, it's still downloading the textures. It will take quite a long time to finally get those downloaded. And I remember now what I was doing. Sorry, but I was just kind of trying to, help it along. Maybe if I just peruse the screens a little bit. There's the challenges. That's week, and then that's weekly challenges. But finally I got frustrated and got into a map. And of course, this loading screen is different, and we have a first look at Watson. Ain't she cute? Well, there's the champion squad, which we don't care about them. Blue screen this time, and it's the same countdown. If you look, the Leviathans or the dinosaurs are now inside the map. So we dropped at airport, just going along and trying to figure out where to get stuff and all that stuff. And airport is pretty much the same. But if you happened to notice, the one guy dropped off, then the second guy dropped off. So they didn't fix that. And another thing you'll notice is the supply drops do seem to be more frequent. I don't know if that's temporary or going to be a permanent thing, but it's kind of nice. But my teammates just abandoning me like a minute into the game. That was just a load of what. So now I'm just all by my lonesome again. So for the most part, the terrain and everything's the same. Not much has changed, but there's the underbelly of the Leviathan. They don't move, though they will pick their feet up and stomp, which I thought was kind of odd. And you'll get a glimpse of that later. Why would they lift up and lower their feet just to stomp? If you're hearing a purring, that's the kitten. She's back. She's on my shoulder. So I went over to take a look what's in the box here, the supply drop, and there's a wicked looking gun, and I only got to have it for a few moments, and I unfortunately can't read what it said. I did not get to fire off a darn shot before, I was down. But hey, that's a look at the new gun. And here's a different view from the airship. The Leviathans are right there in the middle of the map. Now, I'm going to assume that they're going to change position eventually. But so far, they've always been in the same spot. And it looks like they're eating the trees. So, see, right there, a little different point of view of the Leviathans in the map. And they just raise and lower their head. They'll raise and lower their feet. They'll make noises, which is kind of cool. But primarily, so far, they just stand there and eat the trees. Put their faces in the trees anyway. So, In this part, we're still looting, trying to get some good guns and stuff. And ran into the shield here that was put down by Watson. But one thing I did find out, it's just like the bases with the scientist guy. I can't remember his name right now. You have to forgive me for that. If you shoot the base, it'll break that part of the fence. So just because Watson puts down a fence or a section of fence, you can't, as long as you can shoot at the base, it will take out that section. So it's nothing like permanent that can't be overcome, which is cool. So yeah, I'm gonna die here pretty soon. Prediction. Now I bought Watson, and this time we're gonna play as Watson. What she does is sets down these defensive fences, which will electrocute you. And I tried to see, because of Watson, yeah, it still does shock you. It still does give you a jolt if you pass, even though you're Watson, but you're a different Watson. But this is how you put down the fences until, a Bangalore comes and robs you. But the fences do stay up, even if you're defeated. Another new round, and this time, this is a look at the title screen with her just looking around. Again, the statistics screen. And again, it takes a very long time for the maps to actually get the high res screens. It's still going there. And like I said, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and play a few rounds, get an idea how things are going. And so, yeah, I wasn't playing my best, and I didn't mean to. I was trying to see and look around primarily. Now this time we're going to get a closer look at the Leviathans, because they're like right there, which is kind of neat how they stand and move. And like I said, you do get to hear finally the noises that they make. You could kind of before, but it was just kind of like you could barely hear it. And we're going to go ahead and drop. And there is actually, the map itself hasn't changed, but sections of the map have. And there's its tail, and this is one of the sections that's changed, and I'm going to try it again to put down a defensive perimeter, see how it works. And you just drop down each point, and then when you're done, it connects them all together. But you can keep going if you want, and you can even change them as well. You can add to them. You can't move them once they're set, but you can see you can safely pass through. And I'm sorry, you can edit them and adjust them and move them, as long as, I guess, you're the one that set them down. But like I said, if you shoot the bases, that will eliminate that section of fence. And here goes the foot. He raises the foot up, or she, whatever, and stomps it right back down in the same darn place. Not quite sure why they do that, but that's just one of the things they do. I think that's pretty much. Other than that, they were just eating trees. Now this is new. This is a new building to the map, and we're all familiar with this area here, but now it has a building standing in front of it. Then this is her shield, and even when you put it down like by their foot, it won't do anything, but it does provide a defensive shield, and you just set it down and it just does its thing. And just does its thing until, I don't know, eventually I think it does go away. But another look, you see it's lifting up its foot again and putting its foot back down. So I guess it's going up on its hind legs by the look of that. But it just, otherwise it really doesn't move. So, yeah, it's pretty cool they're in there. I'm not quite sure why they do that, because it's very unlikely that somebody would get caught in there. And this was I went across its face purposefully, looking back, because its eyes are closed. So that would be pretty cool, though, if it would open up its eye. You know, looking at this one here. Yep. Doesn't open up its eyes. And then this is actually a new part to the map too. Another building. Another building section. This is empty here. Get a little supply bin there. You know, and this is towards the dead zone, the burnt trees. But there's this whole section right over here, and that's new. Don't remember that being there before. And when you go inside, there's these supply crates and sinks and computers and stuff, but they're just sitting here. So I figured I'm Watson, maybe, you know, something I can do or something I could see being Watson. But no, they're just sinks and other stuff just sitting around. And barrels too. I'm just changing up my guns. Like I say, I really should have been focusing more on the rounds, but I really just wanted to be able to see what changes that I found within the first. Like I said, I played it for a couple hours, then I had some stuff to do, and now I'm editing it and doing a voiceover, and then this whole section is all part of that one section. How you can get up in here. Another set of stairs. This is just pretty much a big empty space with more computers and more loot, of course, which is kind of cool. Like I said, we knew they were going to change the map up a little bit, so this is the second building that I found. If you guys find other buildings, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll try and do a video on that as well. But yeah, this just nice to have a bit of a change up in the maps where they have more buildings and stuff, but they primarily didn't change all that much, which is still cool. So you still have plenty of places to go, plenty of loot to get, just have more buildings. And in a moment here, you'll see that this is in front of not bunker, the tower there. I'm going to try and put down another fence just to try it, see how it works. And yeah, you can do quite a bit with it, but I stopped there. Then you can go back, hit it, and you can expand it, except when it's red. Except when it's red.
I'm the same way.
Except when it's red. So as you can see, I made it a full fence in that it's all connected together. And of course, when it's red, you can't place it. So it's limited to the places that you can place each section of fence. And then I drop down right into the middle of this tower here. And we're going to take a look at this, because this is new, again, to the game. The overall map is still the same. It's just a new building that they put in the game. And there's a rope you can go up, double doors, the usual fare, but it's still cool because it's new. And I'm getting shot at and I'm downed, which happens quite a bit during this video, but primarily I did cut a lot of that out. But this was kind of funny because he's blocking her, and I'm like, that's my teammate that's actually trying to get you, so I'm going to go after you. So I fall down with him. Okay, where'd he go? Trying to find out where the hell he went. Well, he's not there. Yeah, there's a shocker. He's behind the door. I was able to open the door, come in, pinged him a few more times, and I'm hoping that, you know, my other teammate will be able to get down here and just eliminate him, but hasn't yet. So there he is, and they got him. They revived me, and we're back ready to go. Again, this is a whole new building to the game, but the overall map is the same, which is good, because, you know, you get used to where things are at, you know, generally, and it's good to keep a few things in place so you're not totally confused. And you can try and climb up the ladder. I just utterly failed at doing so till I stopped, you know, jumping twice and just actually climbed the ladder. There we go. And again, this is a tower. It's really cool. There's different sections that you can even go up higher than where I'm at. And so I'm going to take a look at that. So this is where I started, where I was killed, and then you have all these sections here that there's loot inside. So that's cool as well. So again, I really like what they've done. They kept the overall look and feel of the map. They just added more buildings to it. You know, changed it a little bit, but not too much. And then there are also cages that have dragons in them. Haven't really gotten any footage yet of what those do or how those work out, but I'm sure that will be coming soon. And then we're off to the races again. And so we're off to the races again. And this is new here. Little new structures. Or were those there? You know, this section. No, those weren't there. No, this is the same old spot. And that big shaking that you just saw, that was the Leviathans just raising and stomping down. So it does cause like little minor tremors whenever they do that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, first look at this, and hit a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.